Welcome back, True Seeker. Let's talk about the Week 4 NFL games. Getting it kicked off this week, Thursday, September 27th, 2018. It was the Jesuit Order's birthday. The Vikings were playing on the 58-year anniversary of the date that their team was named, September 27th, 1960. Talked about how that was a close call, but something that was really jumping out was the fact that the Rams could remain undefeated on Thursday Night Football. TNF equals 40, undefeated equals 40, week 4 equals 40, and they could become 4-0, which they did. This week, there's 3 teams that come in undefeated, the only 3 teams left in the league. The Rams open the week. The Chiefs close the week on Monday Night Football. They're 2 of the 3 teams. Chiefs and Rams, not long ago, both playing in Missouri. The third team is the Miami Dolphins, who play in New England this week, a very interesting game, which we'll get to. But this undefeated team, or undefeated theme, very important. So, we already covered Thursday Night Football. Let's move ahead to the Sunday games. The date numerology for this Sunday, 77, 50, 23, 57, 39. That 39 is especially going to stick out on Sunday Night Football, where Big Ben is playing. Big Ben, one of those 39 names. So these are the numbers from the date. They're often very useful to know in determining who's going to win the games. The Bengals and the Falcons. First game we're going to look at. The Falcons at home, they're a 5.5-point favorite. The over-under's at 51.5. Very close to 52, a relevant number to the Falcons. Bengals in Gematria sum to 39. Bengals 39. And again, 39 date numerology. It is week 4. Atlanta Falcons equals 40, like week 4 equals 40. Head-to-head, this will be the 14th game between the two teams. The Bengals lead 8-5. With a Falcons win, the series will be 8-6 from the Bengals' perspective, and Atlanta Falcons has that gematria of 86. With a Bengals win, they would be 9-5 from their perspective. The Thursday games begin on the day leaving 95 days left in the year. Between those two things more, I like the Atlanta Falcons 86. Oftentimes, the win records tell the story. The Bengals are 3-3 in Atlanta. ATL equals 33. Atlanta on the 33rd parallel. Matty Ice equals 33. Dalton 33. If the Bengals were to win in Atlanta, they'd become 4-3, kind of like 43, the 14th prime. Dalton, number 14, the quarterback for the Bengals. With a loss, they would be 3-4. Falcons has gematria of 34. Atlanta Falcons has gematria of 139, which is the 34th prime number. Again, it's a date with 50 numerology. The name Matt Ryan equals 50. This will be Matt Ryan's 172nd game. He has 100 wins, 71 losses. At home, Ryan is 57, 29-0. In the regular season, he's 96, 65-0. With a loss, he would fall to 96 and 66. That's interesting because Cincinnati equals 96 and 66. Ryan to date is 1-1 against the Bengals. This will be Dalton's 116th game. He is 64, 49-2. On the road, he's 29, 29-0. Dalton's next win will be his 65th. He's 1-0 against the Falcons today. This game comes 136 days after Matt Ryan's birthday, or a span of 137 days. That's interesting because he's born on the 137th day of the year as well. Again, that's the 33rd prime. Matty Ice, 33. ATL, 33. Bengals also has the gematria 33, I should point out. This game comes 29 days before Dalton's upcoming birthday. He's currently 29 years old, Andrew 29. For the coaches, Dan Quinn, this will be his 52nd regular season game. Atlanta Falcons equals 239, the 52nd prime, the over-under's right there. He can pick up his 31st win or 22nd loss. For Marvin Lewis, coach of the Bengals, this will be his 244th game. He can pick up his 128th win or 114th loss. The game comes 19 days after Quinn's birthday, 7 days after Marvin Lewis's. And this one's a tough one to call. In terms of the overall team records, I like the way that it lines up for the Falcons better. The one concerning thing about this game that goes in the Bengals' favor is that in the regular season, if Matt Ryan loses, he becomes 96-66. And against Cincinnati has that gematria of 96-66. Personally, this isn't a game I would bet on. Little too close to call. The Bucks and the Bears. Chicago's a 3-point favorite. The over-under's at 46.5. Chicago has that gematria of 46. This will be the 59th game between the two teams. The Bears lead 38-20, which means they can pick up their 39th win on a date with 39 numerology. I like that. 59 is also the 17th prime, the singular. The word bear has gematria of 17. This will be Fitzpatrick's 123rd game. He is 50-71-1. He could pick up his 72nd loss. Mitchell Trubisky equals 72. For the record, Jesuit order equals 72. This week began on the Jesuit order's birthday. On the road, Fitzpatrick is 21-39. Against the Bucs, he is 1-1. This will be Trubisky's 16th game. He is 6-9 so far. At home, he is 3-4. This game comes 55 days before Fitzpatrick's birthday. Chicago Bears equals 55. Trubisky also 55. This game comes 41 days after Trubisky's birthday. Matt Nagy, the coach of the Bears, is 2-1. Dirk Koetter, the coach of the Bucs, this will be his 36th game. Bears have the gematria of 36. He can get his 17th win or 20th loss. This game comes 159 days after Nagy's birthday. This game comes 237 days after Dirk Koetter's birthday. Again, the way the numbers stack, nothing super strong for either team, but I do like the Bears picking up their 39th win on the date with 39 numerology. That's the way I used to call games when I first began, and much more often than not, that's the way it worked out. So, Lions, Cowboys. Lions at Cowboys. Cowboys are a 3-point favorite. The over-under 44. Detroit has that gematria of 44. This will be the 25th regular season game between the two teams. Dallas leads 13-11. Dallas has the gematria 13. In the playoffs, they have met 3 times, and Dallas leads in the playoffs 2-1. Thus, Dallas leads overall 15-12, and this will be the 28th total meeting. Dallas, Texas, 28. The game's in Dallas, Texas. The Lions could potentially pick up their 13th win in Dallas, making Dallas 1-3 on the season. Dallas equals 13. The Lions could also fall to 1-3, like 13. This will be Stafford's 132nd game. He is 61-70. On the road, he is 25-41. To date, Stafford is 2-1 against the Cowboys. He could fall to 2-2. Dallas has gematria of 13. If you use the S exception, Dallas is also 22. The quarterback of the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, this will be his 37th game. Detroit equals 37. He's currently 23-14, meaning he could get his 24th win, remain at 13 losses. Lions equals 24. Cat, 24. Get his 24th win over the Lions, the Cat team. Dak Prescott's 11-7 at home. He could pick up his 12th win. 37 is the 12th prime. Detroit 37. Last week we mentioned that the Lions' upset narrative for the Patriots was both teams falling to 1-2 like 12. 37 the 12th prime. Detroit 37. Patriots 37. That's what happened. Matt Patricia gets his first win over the man he learned under in the scripted NFL. If Dak Prescott did lose, he would fall to 11-8, kind of like 118. Dallas, Texas does have gematria of 118, something to keep in mind. But picking up that 24th win over the Lions, that has some rhyme and reason to it. If he did lose, he would stay on 23 wins, and as we talked about, the date has 23 numerology. Another thing to keep in mind. The game comes 235 days after Stafford's birthday. The game comes 63 days after Dak's birthday. Matt Patricia is 1-2. Could possibly fall to 1-3 in Dallas. Dallas 13 again. This will be Jason Garrett's 124th game. He is 68-55. With a win, he'd get his 69th win. Lions is also 69 with the alphabetic order. Lions is 24 with the alphabetic order in reduction. Because Garrett can get his 69th win and Dak can get his 24th win, and that syncs with Lions perfectly, I like that narrative. I favor that. I'll be surprised if the Cowboys don't win this game. Bills-Packers. Green Bay's a 9.5-point favorite. The over-under's at 45. Remember, when you add 1 through 9 together, it equals 45. Green Bay equals 77. The game's in Green Bay, 77 date numerology. With a Packers win, they would be 2-1-1 on the season, like 211, the 47th prime. Remember how their season began? They've had a lot of 47 tributes this year, the Packers. Think about the 47 degrees on the Freemason compass above the capital G. Think about how Mason equals 211. This will be the 13th game between the two teams. The Bills lead 8-4. And I had to do a double take on that. That was really surprising to me that the Bills lead the Packers. And just in case you're not believing it right now, I'll just pull it up here one more time. Packers, Bills, head-to-head. When I saw this, I thought, what? How is this even possible? So Green Bay Packers record against the Buffalo Bills. They've played 12 times. They've won 4. They've lost 8. That really surprised me when I saw that. But it got me thinking. This will be the 13th game. By the Packers winning, if the Packers win, from the Bills' perspective, their record will be 8-5 against Green Bay. Green Bay, Wisconsin has gematria of 85, just like National Football League. And consider from the Packers' perspective, they'd be 5-8, kind of like 58. Freemasonry equals 58 and 139, like how Green Bay equals 139 as well. And that on a date with 77 numerology. Don't forget Secret Society equals 77. G, the 7th letter. This will be Rodgers' 162nd game. Big baseball number. The Brew Crew is doing well right now, Milwaukee Brewers. He is playing for his 105th win or 57th loss. Funny, those are big numbers on the baseball season, too. At home, this will be his 78th game, Jesuit 78. Again, this week began with the Jesuit tributes. He is 61-16 at home. He can pick up his 62nd win or his 17th loss. Mason equals 17 or 62. I suspect he gets the 62nd win. Be something if he won all of his home games for the rest of the year and just stayed at 16 losses, because 53 is the 16th prime. In his career, he's 1-2 against the Bills. Josh Allen so far is 1-1 as a rookie. He got the 111 special last week in Minneapolis. This game comes 63 days before Rodgers' birthday. Aaron Rodgers equals 63. The game comes 132 days after Allen's birthday, or a span of 133. Football has the gematria of 133. Playing in a very football city. This will be McCarthy's 196th game, looking for his 123rd win or 72nd loss. This game is 41 days before McCarthy's birthday, the 13th prime. It's the 13th meeting of the two teams. Think about how important 13 is to Masonry. The word begins with the 13th letter. This game comes 179 days before McDermott's birthday, which is the 41st prime. How nice is that? So I do like the Packers to win that one. Eagles, Titans. This is a tough one to call right here. I just realized that this is the first week that Marcus Mariota is starting, and that was a shocker to me. I didn't realize that Marcus Mariota had been replaced by Blaine Gabbert. I find that very interesting. But I see why they might have inserted Marcus Mariota for this game on this day as the starter for the first time this year, and I am favoring the Titans. So notice Philadelphia is a 4-point favorite, even though the game's in Tennessee. The over-under's at 41, the 13th prime. Remember, Philadelphia, the land of the flag, the 13 stripes, won the Super Bowl with 41 points last year. This will be the 12th game between the two teams. The Eagles lead 7-4. Remember the Super Bowl last year, 41-33, 74 points. With a win, the Titans would be 5-7 against the Eagles on a date with 57 numerology. Big Super Bowl number. And interesting how all the Super Bowl numbers come together in this game. But they could be 5-7 on a date with 57 numerology. In the era of the Titans, they used to be the Houston Oilers, but in the era of the Titans, Tennessee is 2-0 at home against the Eagles. They haven't lost. Counting the days of the Oilers, they are 2-3, meaning they lost every time when they were the Houston Oilers. They were usually a pretty terrible football team. That means that all time, if Tennessee won this game this week, they'd be 3-3 at home against Philadelphia. And Oilers has the Gematria 33, the old Titans team. On the flip side, with a win, the Eagles would be 8-4, like 84, on a week that began on the Jesuit Order's birthday. Jesuit 84. Very special number to the Jesuit Order. Hey man, I'm putting out the picks videos right now. Yeah, they'll be up in a minute. All right, later. There's a man who wants some picks. Just like you guys, so here they are. The last time they played was in Philadelphia. It's funny that guy just called right now because that's his favorite football team. He's a big Eagles fan. Life is funny. Anyway, the last time they played was in Philadelphia, and it was November 23rd, 2014. The Eagles won 43-24. Don't forget, Titans equals 43, football 43. 67 combined points in that game, the 19th prime, difference of 19 points. The season will end in 2019. The games are 1,407 days apart. National anthem has the gematria of 147. Remember, first Sunday to Super Bowl Sunday, 147 days. This game will be Mariota's 46th start. He is 21-24. Eagles equals 22. He could get his 22nd win in this game. And let's look at the records of the teams. The Eagles would fall to 2-2 if they lost. You know, Mariota would get his 22nd win. This will be Wentz's 31st game. Very possible for the Titans to improve to 3-1 against Wentz in his 31st game. He is 19-11 to date. He could pick up his 12th loss in the 12th game between the two teams. On the road, Wentz is 6-9. He could get his 7th win or 10th loss. This game is 30 days before Mariota's birthday. Marcus equals 30. Now I'm getting even more weirded out. The guy who just called me, his name is Marcus. How weird is this? Anyway, this game is 91 days before Wentz's birthday, or a span of 92. The games are on the day, leaving 92 days left in the year. 91's the 13th triangular number. Wentz has never faced the Titans, and Mariota has never faced the Eagles, so no track record. Mike Vrabel's 2-1. This will be Doug Peterson's 36th game. He comes into it with 22 wins. He could be stuck on those 22 wins. He could also potentially pick up his 23rd win on a date with 23 numerology. So, the coach of the Titans, this game comes 47 days after his birthday. Special number there. I do favor the Titans in this one. So, I think they'll cover the spread. We'll find out soon enough. Texans and Colts. Remember, Andrew Luck played his high school ball in Houston. His father was a quarterback for the Houston Oilers. Houston equals 112. Andrew Luck equals 112. Notice the over-under is at 47. From November 2nd, 2017, the same day that Andrew Luck and Deshaun Watson were both put on the shelf, 11/2, like 112, Houston equals 112, Andrew Luck 112. From that day to this game is 333 days, a span of 333 days. If you've seen my work on the motto of the Freemason compass, which is set at 47 degrees, that motto sums to 333 in gematria. Here's another, instance of these numbers coming together. These two now facing each other 333 days from being put on the shelf. Don't forget, Luck equals 47. We just saw him pick up his 47th win all-time in D.C., where he was born. He was born in D.C., played his high school ball in Houston. For the record, Houston Texans equals 66. Colts equals 66. This is their 66th season. Houston also has gematria of 77. This game's on a date with 77 numerology. If Texans won and Colts lost, they would both be 1-3. So if the Texans upset the Colts are a 1-point favorite, they'd both be 1-3, like 13. And think about Luck and 13. The name Luck in Jewish gematria sums to 233, which is the 13th Fibonacci number. This will be the 33rd game between the two teams. The Colts lead 25-7. This will be Luck's 80th game. He is 47-32. He could pick up his 33rd loss in his 33rd game with the Texans. At home, he is 26-12. That means this will be his 39th home game. Don't forget, Indianapolis is on the 39th parallel. The Texans, their stadium they play in, NRG, equals 39. Construction started on that stadium March 9th. 39 also ties these teams together, and they're playing on the date with 39 numerology, September 30th. I looked ahead at the next time they play, December 9th, 18. It's also a date with 39 numerology. All-time, Luck is 5-3 against the Texans. This will be Watson's 10th game. He is 3-6. Remember, when you write out 10 as a word, it has gematria of 39. 10th game on the date with 39 numerology. With a win, he could improve to 4-6. That's Watson. Houston, Texas has the gematria of 46. Again, Luck played his high school ball there. On the road, Watson is 1-4. He could become 2-4 or 1-5. Problem is, Colts equals 15 and 24, so we can't get a lot from that. This game comes 21 days after Luck's birthday, a span of 22. The word 4 has gematria 21. We are in week 4. Luck can improve his record to 2-2 on his 22nd day of his age. The Texans would fall to 0-4. I know Luck wears number 12. What number is Deshaun Watson wear? I believe he wears number 4. I just want to check. Yeah, he's wearing number 4, Deshaun Watson. This game is 16 days after Watson's birthday, which has a square root of 4, or a span of 17. 53 is also the 16th prime. Here we are in the year of Super Bowl 53. The coach of the Colts, he's 1-2. This is Bill O'Brien's 68th game. He is 31-36. The game comes 65 days after Reich's birthday, or a span of 66 days. Remember, Colts is 66, Houston Texans 66. It's the Colts' 66th season. This game, because these teams share so many numbers and nothing jumps out for either quarterback with the alignment or the coach, it's a hard game to call, this one. I would not be surprised, though, if both teams are 1-3 at the conclusion, but it's not one I would feel comfortable betting on. Dolphins and Patriots. The Dolphins are 3-0. 3-0. Patriots 1-2. Again, Patriots 37, the 12th prime. Got their last loss against Detroit 37. The Patriots are a 6.5-point favorite. The over-under's at 47.5. This will be the 103rd regular season game between the two teams. The Dolphins lead 53-49 in the regular season. This is the Dolphins' 53rd NFL season. If the Dolphins were swept, they would remain on 53 regular season wins against the Patriots. Remember, Patriots equals 53. In the playoffs, they have met 3 times. The Patriots lead 2-1. Thus, overall, the Dolphins lead 54-51. And this will be the 106th all-time meeting. That was just a big number with the Red Sox, 106. And we're seeing the parallels between the Red Sox and Patriots seasons. If the Patriots win both matchups this year, that means they would have 53 all-time wins against the Dolphins in their 53rd season. And again, Patriots is 53. That's the narrative I'm favoring. On my radio show, before the season began, I thought the Patriots might win 13 games this year. And I still think that's the case, even though they're off to this terrible start. It would really be something if they lost this week and won 12 straight. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to get both wins against the Dolphins this year, that 53 riddle. But if the Patriots do lose this week, we'll talk about that now, because I could see why they might close out finishing 12-0. And just listening to the Sports Chatter this week, I heard a lot of TV panelists, saying that they think Miami's a good bet this weekend. They think Tom Brady and co. might be done. And they like to do this each year with the Patriots. Think that, maybe they're not the team. Maybe they don't got it. Tom Brady's 41, that very special number to the NFL. He's their golden boy. Hard for me to imagine them punking Tom Brady in his 41st year of age. 41 the 13th prime, NFL 13, Super Bowl 41. So anyway, Tom Brady, this will be his 292nd career game. He's 224-67. It's amazing how Sunday Night Football equaled 225 and he didn't get it. That blew my mind. It's also amazing that he didn't start out 3-0 and get his 199th win against the Michigan team. Some of this stuff's really making me scratch my head. But anyway, at home, Brady's 129-24. Listen to that record. How ridiculous is that record? Notice that's 153 games, that special number. Brady is stuck on his 197th regular season win. That's the 45th prime. New England equals 45. Miami equals 45. If you write out 13, it sums to 45. That's the one thing that's making me go, could he fall to 1-3 and be stuck on this win record? It's possible, but I don't know. Hard to imagine the Patriots being down 1-3. Again, Tom Brady's 41 the 13th prime. It's possible. It's in the cards, but I really like them winning both and having 53 wins against the Dolphins, again, in their 53rd season. Brady is 21-10 against the Dolphins. He could pick up his 22nd win and improve his team to 2-2 on the season. This will be the 32nd game against the Dolphins for Brady. America 32. This is Ryan Tannehill's 81st game. He is 40-40. Means he can get his 41st win or his 41st loss against the 41-year-old. He is 16-23 on the road. If he won, he'd stay on 23 losses on the date with 23 numerology. This game comes 58 days after Brady's birthday, or a span of 59 days. Freemasonry 58-59. This is the Patriots' 59th season. This game comes 65 days, or a span of 66 after Tannehill's birthday. Bill Belichick is 251-120 all time. With the Patriots, he's 215-76. And that 216th win, again, that's the product of 6 times 6 times 6. He could very well get his 6th Super Bowl at age 66 this year. Same building that Nick Saban did the same thing in. Bill Belichick could also get his 77th loss in this game on a date with 77 numerology. This will be Adam Gase's 36th game. He is 19-16. Miami equals 36. Patriot, the singular, is 36. This game comes 167 days after Bill B's birthday. That's the 39th prime. Again, 39-date numerology. It's also a span of 168 days. Massachusetts, 168. This game comes 185 days, or a span of 186 after Adam Gase's birthday. I like the Patriots because of the 53 narrative. There are some things there that'll, make you wonder. There is some number alignment for the Dolphins to win that game, but hey, the Patriots have had a lot of number alignment to win all 3 of their games so far, and it hasn't gone that way. So still a little miffed at that one. Jets and Jaguars. I think this is one of the easier calls of the week. 77 is always a huge number at the Jaguars. 77 date numerology. The Jags are a 7.5-point favorite. The over-under's at 38.5, not far from 39. New York's 39, not far from 38 either. Florida's 38. You can see why they put the over-under there. But here's what it is. This will be the 13th regular season game all time. They are tied 6-6. Jacksonville Jaguars equals 66. They have met once in the playoffs and the Jets won, so the Jets lead 7-6 all time. If the Jags win, they'll be 7-7 all time, like 77. Jaguars equals 77, 77 date numerology. Even this acronym for where they play, TIAA, Bank Field, that acronym equals 77. Part of how we saw the Patriots beating the Jaguars in the playoffs last year, the big 77 ritual. The Jaguars are 3-0 at home against the Jets. They can become 4-0 in week 4. This is Sam Darnold's 4th game. He's 1-2. The game is 117 days after Darnold's birthday, or a span of 118 days. This is Bortles' 68th game. Remember, Darnold equals 68, youngest QB to start in 68 years. The Jets won their only Super Bowl in 68. The game is 155 days after Bortles' birthday. Or a span of 156. Remember, if you write out 33, it sums to 156. New York equals 33. Bortles is 0-2 against the Jets to date. I think he turns that around there. This is Todd Bowles' 55th game. He's 23-31 with a loss. He'll stay on 23 wins on the 23-day numerology. The game comes 50 days before Todd Bowles' birthday. 50-day numerology. This will be Marone's 22nd game. He can get his 14th win. Remember, Jacksonville equals 43, like football. 43, the 14th prime. Florida also 43. This game comes a span of 68 days after his birthday. Getting Bortles, his 68th game. Like the Jaguars, largely because of the 77 thing. That number seems to belong to their franchise. I guess, just to be a contrarian, if they did lose, then they would be 6-8 all time against the Jets. Darnold 68, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Jags are one of the top teams in the NFL. 77's always been a real good number for them in the past, picking games. That's making the most sense. Also, that 7th win in week 4, 4 and 7 have that strong relationship in this study. The divisors of 4 sum to 7, 7's the 4th prime. So next up, we're going to do the afternoon games, but I'm going to break it up so the video's not so long. So we'll be right back, Truth Seeker.